How's it going? It's Seb here again, and it's day 2 of the social media power challenge. And so what I'm going to cover today is what to actually post on Facebook. So I realize that, now you've already set up your profile. Well, by now you should have at least set up your profile to make it look very professional, but at the same time looking very appealing, looking very intriguing, so that people are able to reach out to you. You need to be contactable, approachable, but also have some kind of mystique around what it is and what you actually do. But once you have that, you need to figure out what kind of content you need to post on your profile. Okay, so in front of me you will see a list of topics that I like to follow when it comes to deciding what I post on Facebook. Okay, now this is not completely cut and dry. You don't have to do them in this order, or there's no set timing or anything like that. It really is just when you feel appropriate to do these. So I typically post about 2 or 3 times a day, sometimes more if I've got the free time, but if I don't have the free time, I generally do at least 1 post a day. It's very rare that I go more than 1 day without posting. I really do my best to post every single day, even if it's not a very long post, if it's just literally a picture. I always aim to get one post done every day, and you can vary these up. You can add pictures, you can do videos. There's all kinds of different media and content that you can put on Facebook, but it really comes down to what you're most comfortable doing. So if you're not comfortable on video yet, then don't worry, because you can still upload pictures, and pictures, selfies seem to get a lot of interaction. So if you're not yet comfortable doing videos, although I do recommend that you practice that and get comfortable with videos. That's what leaders do. Leaders are doing videos and webinars all the time, which I'll talk about as webinars is on this list. But you can still get a lot of interaction and a lot of people talking to you by just using pictures or just updating your status. So let's talk about that. So here's how to build rapport with your prospects without talking to them, and how not to freak out your audience. Okay, so again, we're assuming that your audience is a home business owner, someone looking to get more results in their business. That's my target market. And if you're a network marketer, home business owner, direct salesperson, that should be your target market as well. Okay, because right now, because you're on this challenge, you're actually in a better position than them, because you have this killer information that has allowed me to build a team in network marketing just using the internet, literally all over the world. I have people in Australia in my team, a lot of people in the US, and so that's a lot of that, almost all of it is through using Facebook and this formula I'm going to share with you. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, positive quotes. These can be, I would try and initially do positive quotes from well-known people such as Tony Robbins, Brian Tracy, well-known people in the personal development niche. Okay, so usually when you're brand new on Facebook, you don't have a lot of interaction. So if you post quotes from people who are quite well known in that space, and you also have people on your friends list who are into personal development, then there's a very good chance that they will like your status and interact with it. Okay, now if you're not sure where to actually find the people to interact with, then don't panic. I will cover that in another video. I think that's day 3 or day 4, where I talk about how to actually find the right people to post this content in front of. If you're still not really sure where to actually find people, we'll cover that. But first of all, positive quotes. Okay, if there's any quote that you see and you really quite like it, then post that on your Facebook wall. There's also a very neat little tip that you can do to get free exposure for your brand and your website. I will again cover that as we go on through the challenge. Not in this video, it will be in the next one, or the next one after that. So moving on, we've got motivation, inspiration, how-tos on marketing, so lead generation, branding. You can take some of the content that you've learned from this challenge already, and you could create content around that. So you can say, hey, I've just been on a social media challenge, this is what I learned today, blah blah blah, and here's what I'm sharing with my team. Do it from a leadership standpoint. Okay, you want to be attending trainings, events, seminars, purchasing products as a teacher, not a student. Okay, and that's how you become a leader. That's just some leadership qualities that I'm sharing with you right now. So next is personal, adventure, family, and team, which I talked about yesterday. Post pictures and videos of you just having fun with your family, just relaxing. Doing fun stuff with your team if you're at a team meeting or a conference. Just you having fun, being outside and just doing cool stuff. That really attracts people, particularly if that's what they're looking to do, but they're not able to do it because they're constantly having to build the business. You want to give that appearance that you're a fun person. You want to actually be a fun person. You can't fake it. You can't fake something you're not. People just see through that. So you want to actually be a fun person and smile a lot. Okay. And honestly, whenever you go out, take pictures of everything. My girlfriend is like really annoyed at me sometimes. Well, not really annoyed, I shouldn't say that. But, she just rolls her eyes when I'm like taking pictures of food, this, that, and the other thing. But she doesn't really mind because she knows that, that's part of my business and part of what I do. And it's just awesome, because that gets me interaction, and it also gets people contacting me about what I do, then leading them into being a client or a customer of mine in my business. So, the stuff does work, and just make sure to, take lots of pictures and use them in your marketing. Entertainment. So if you see like a funny video, something funny, leading into comedy there, just share it on your wall. I don't use this. I don't do this all the time. I don't have people on my friends list to entertain them. I generally want to give them value and help them in their business, but I do sometimes throw in entertainment and trivia. If you're always talking about business, you can tend to lose your audience a little bit. Trivia, which is like, hey, I've always wondered, whatever the question is, why do people yawn? Or why do you think people yawn? Or it could be like a random question. Controversy. Be very careful with this one. I don't like posting politics and religion. There's two categories you want to post about very rarely. Okay, so politics, religion. Be very, very careful about those. Okay, don't challenge people on their opinions. Just let them say what they're going to say. These get huge interaction. Just bear that in mind. They get big interactions. That's why they're worth doing. But sometimes the thread can turn kind of nasty. People kill each other over these two subjects. I don't mean to be so blunt, but they really do. Religion and politics to some people are like sacred, and if you disagree with them, then you're like the worst person in the world. So just bear that in mind. Be very aware of that. Don't overuse these because you will attract the wrong people. Okay, but they do get huge interaction. So just use them wisely. Maybe post about them once a month. Just be very careful. Next is social proof on your success. It doesn't have to be big success. So if you only generated, you made a 50 quid sale today or a $50 sale. Oh, wow. Some people are like, oh no, that's such a small commission. Why would you post that on Facebook? I was like, are you kidding me? You're actually showing people that your business is growing. You're showing people that you're getting results. So I would post these successes, okay, and create marketing around them. Put it in a PowerPoint and just put a picture with you with a speech bubble saying, "Oh my God, I just made $30, £30 while I was out shopping. Ask me how I did it," and then you can direct them to the program or the offer that helps you to do that, or whatever the case is. So that's a great way to hook people in and get them interested in what you're doing. But lead with success and lead with results. Don't lead with hype. Okay, I'll say that again because it's so important. Lead with results. They don't have to be big results. If you're first starting out, you're most likely not going to have big results unless you have a huge budget to do paid marketing. But just lead with success and results, and that's just the best way to do it. If you lean on hype, then it's like building a house on sand, basically. That's the best way to put it. Same thing with team success results. If one of your team members just hit a rank, or they're on the leaderboards, or they just got their first sign up, their first sale, their first client. If you're bringing in clients and they're bringing in clients and they're getting results, post their success and post their results. Very, very important that you do that to showcase what it is that you're doing, and that is a big attractive factor. It gets people very interested in what you're doing. Piggyback marketing. So an example of that is you're leveraging off marketing campaigns that have been very successful. So think about the movie Deadpool. Okay, I made a $300 commission a couple of weeks ago, and within that, I used the Deadpool image and I used like the Deadpool character, and I drew a speech bubble saying, "OMG, I just made $300. What the F?" or something like that, because you know Deadpool swears a lot. If you've ever seen the film, so that's called piggyback marketing. You're leveraging off marketing campaigns. Movies are really good for this because movies literally spend millions upon millions upon millions, millions on on advertising and marketing. They spend so much money on that stuff. You might as well leverage off the branding that they've already created to direct that to your own offer, your own information, your own website, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's piggyback marketing. Another example is cartoons, TV shows, anything that's quite well known and quite relatable to a lot of people. You could create marketing around that, and I do that quite often. Last one is value-based webinars. So within a value-based webinar, it's basically like doing a video like I am now, except you're doing it in front of a live audience using a Google Hangout, and you're scheduling it at a set time. Okay. Typically you would have some PowerPoint slides, or you could just invite a bunch of people to the panel, and you could all kind of do like a talking heads kind of thing. You just, you know, you say something, someone else in the panel says something, but the whole idea of it is it's centered around giving value. It's not centered around pitching your deal. It's not centered around how great your business is. It's centered around value. What value do you have to present that's going to help other people? So value is marketing tips, you know, inspiration, stuff that's helped you. A lot of the stuff on this list actually is, you know, anything marketing related. So it's anything that solves your target market's problem. Okay. So that's a value-based webinar. So that's basically the list that I had for you today. I'll just very quickly show you my Facebook profile and just show you an example of some of the things I post that kind of fit in that category. So I've been tagged in an event which I'm speaking at. By the way, guys, if you're local, ask me or ask Phil Faulkner about this event that's going on next weekend. Appreciate short notice. But if you can make it, then, you know, see if you can make it. It's like £97 ticket if you're local to Birmingham, that kind of area. Anyway, going down, I'm sharing some value here for entrepreneurs. Notice how I'm saying as an entrepreneur. So I'm speaking to entrepreneurs because that's my target market. I'm not speaking to people who are unemployed. You know, no offense if you're unemployed, but that's not my target market. I'm speaking to entrepreneurs and business owners. You've got to make that very clear in your marketing, in your Facebook, you know, statuses that you do, your pictures. You know, the more you focus on your target market and the more you write to them and for them, the more you attract the right kind of people. So that's kind of how it works. So this is personal development, right? So this is a personal development book, obviously. And some of you have probably read this. This is mindset. Too many people speak a sucky reality into their existence when they could just as easily speak a more positive one. Bizarre. Some more here. Again, this is centered around giving value, some tips to entrepreneurs, lifestyle marketing. You know, this is just an entertainment one. You know, good choice, food. Heads up, entrepreneurs. I need to add some of you guys in the group. Sorry, I've been pretty swamped with requests for this. How do you relieve stress is kind of like, you know, trivia almost, but I'm just asking a very simple question. It took me like 2 seconds to write this, and look how much interaction I got. 42 comments. That's incredible. Giving value. This is something I sent to my email. Motivational. Giving value. You know, branding. Inspiration, motivation. So you get the idea. So that's the basis of what to post on Facebook. So your challenge is to look at the list that I shared with you, write those down, and I want you to post examples of 3 things today that fit into any one of those categories. So you can pick different categories. You could do 1 inspiration, 1 motivation, 1 entertainment, but it has to be something that fits within those categories. Okay, so do 3 posts today, and you know, just post in the group screenshots of the status post that you did. It's probably the easiest thing. Just comment, leaving a screenshot, and then just like add the other 2 screenshots below it into the group so we can actually see that you've done that. And yeah, so best of luck with the challenge today. Reach out if you need any help, and see you on day 3.